Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to say thank you for the ones watching yesterday. I got a new video for you guys today, so fuck it, let's get right into it.
There's a CIA document that came out. Everybody just started talking about it now. It's called the Adam and Eve story. It basically explains how the world is going to end. Has it been true? It makes sense. They say the world is going to end because the poles, like, North and South Pole, they shift every 12,000 to 15,000 years. And once they shift, it causes like a giant like apocalypse. Big earthquakes, giant tsunamis. Once the apocalypse happens, we go right back to the Stone Age. And it said that our first humans, like as us, it was 10,000 years ago. So if you think about it, 10,000 years ago, we're in year 2000. We're at 12,000 years right now. And now you see like global warming and shit like that. Like in the book, it says that we are the sixth civilization that came out of the apocalypse. So we just get to a certain point in life and then it just, and that explains a lot because remember how you were saying that the Sahara Desert used to be green and like Antarctica used to have forests and like that? That's what happens. Like it switches
Everything flips.
so now like some places turn cold, some places turn hot. That's why they was talking about like the flood in the Bible like that. That's probably what happened to Atlantis and shit
I was
like
just
that.
about to say Atlantis. It would make sense for a city in the water if the water wasn't there before.
Okay, so here's a conspiracy.
Now, comment down below if you also notice that the weather is fucking strange. It's so strange.
Okay, so here's a conspiracy theory that isn't super depressing to think about. And in fact, because I love Adam Sandler so much, I really hope that it's true. But first, I just need to give some credit where credit is due. I first heard about this on the Sinisterhood podcast, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it ever since. So definitely listen to them if you haven't already. Let's get started. Now, this theory is coming to us from a Reddit post, but it's one that I am choosing to believe, I think. So here we go. It's beyond speculation at this point that Adam Sandler produces cheap projects in order to get his friends paid big money. In the Half in the Bag review of Jack and Jill, Mike observes that in 2011, Katie Holmes isn't seen much outside of the tabloids anymore and thinks that she was in this film because it was one that her husband, Tom Cruise, notoriously controlling, would give his permission to, simply because it would be a fat paycheck. Why did Adam Sandler choose Katie Holmes? The woman who played his partners in most of his recent preceding films were Jennifer Aniston and Leslie Mann, both very experienced comedy actors, and Salma Hayek. If you can pay anyone to pretend to be your wife, you cast Salma Hayek. Makes sense. The couple of love interest after Katie Holmes were Drew Barrymore and Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon, both very experienced comedy actors, and Salma Hayek again. He's also friends with Aniston since they were kids and has hired Barrymore repeatedly since she sought him out and begged to work together. It makes sense that they're on his list of loyal buddies who make it on the payroll when they want a job. So, knowing all of that, why did he choose Katie Holmes? We now know that Katie Holmes secretly and meticulously planned her divorce from Tom Cruise. She had to repeatedly meet with lawyers, secure a getaway apartment, bank accounts, cell phones to ensure a quick and safe escape with full custody of their daughter. All without him or the Church of Scientology suspecting a thing. As Mike repeatedly points out, Holmes was given nothing to do in the film. The job provided her not just money, maybe it even more importantly provided an alibi. Maybe Jack and Jill was a cover that gave her an excuse to be out on the loose, but also gave her enough free time since she hardly had any lines or need to rehearse real acting that she could meet with lawyers and plan her escape. I mean, I don't know. It kind of seems plausible. Like, when would she have been able to plan this meticulous divorce from Tom Cruise if he was watching her every move? It seems like the only time she would have been able to get away from him and not be under his watchful thumb is if she was on set. I don't know. Anyways, it goes on to say, I think Adam Sandler hired Katie Holmes for this reason. This was the last project that Holmes would work on before her divorce a few months later. I would even go as far as to suggest that he slapped the whole film together specifically as a cover for her. I also don't think that this is the only time that he's done something like this. The following year, he cast sports reporter Erin Andrews in a small role as a receptionist in That's My Boy in 2012. In 2008, Andrews was stalked by a man named Michael Barrett who filmed naked videos of her
Why
taking
is this
pictures at
clip
a
here?
Marriott hotel in Nashville and then again at a Radisson in Milwaukee. In 2009, he posted those videos from the Marriott online, and then she filed lawsuits against Barrett, Marriott, and Radisson because the employees at the hotel room told her stalker which room she was staying in, and then they gave him the room right next to hers, which is how he was able to obtain these videos in the first place. When Adam Sandler hired her, she was simultaneously trying to get the videos removed from websites, and then she was fired from ESPN for refusing to talk about the incident on air. That is so messed up. And she was fighting Marriott's army of lawyers in court, which she eventually did win her lawsuit and $55 million, but years later. So a nice paycheck for an easy job would have been a big help to her, and I don't think there's any other logical explanation for the film to exist other than to help Erin Andrews when she was in a real desperate situation. What if all of Adam Sandler's terrible money laundering scheme movies are fronts that he tosses together ASAP in order to provide fast help for victimized women? Is Adam Sandler a secret hero? So listen, I'm going to be honest and admit that I'm a Tom Cruise hater. I don't like him, but I do love Adam Sandler. So I would like to believe this, because even though I love him, I can't admit that some of his movies, I'm like, what was the point of that?
Like this clip.
Really, I do think that he's admitted in interviews that he just likes to have fun with his friends, and that's why he always does hire his friends on his movies, because he has his own production company, and he's got so much money. So like, is it really that far-fetched that he would be able to do something like this? You know, let me just throw this movie together and you go get a paycheck and it'll help you out with a bad situation. And then he still, you know, he gets to help somebody. He gets to hang out with his friends and he still makes money. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to choose to believe this.
Her name was Boring Bex. It couldn't be more on point. I was thinking I'm gonna edit that clip out, but she was so obnoxiously boring. I'm gonna put her in there to show you guys. I don't even... She lost me. She lost me.
Ancient civilizations were far more advanced than we thought. First, let's talk about the ancient Egyptians. This is the Orion's Belt, a star constellation. Is it a coincidence that it perfectly lines up with the pyramids of Giza? Now, what's crazy to me is that the speed of light and the altitude of the pyramids are the same number. It's also mind-blowing that the pyramids line up with the motherboard of a modern computer. It's also shocking that ancient cave drawings have depictions of light bulbs. So what if this is a proof that
you're not even ready to...
That clip just ended like that. That wasn't the whole clip. Fuck it.
You're not even ready to imagine the craziness we're in right now. Antarctica is the most mysterious continent in the world. A new theory is so crazy that it could completely change your perception of the Earth. According to this theory, Antarctica is not just a massive ice continent, but rather an enormous ice wall that surrounds all the continents. In 1992, a new world map was created, the Gleason map, which shows Antarctica encircling all our continents. This theory goes even further. Some believe that if we manage to cross this wall, we will encounter numerous other continents deliberately hidden from us by governments.
Probably. Probably. What do you guys think? Do you think the ice wall is real? I have a set of videos coming up. We're gonna talk about it later, I think. And not think, we're gonna. Please comment down below what you think about the ice wall.
Darkest conspiracy theories. The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food.
When I was a kid, the humans are like cancer, and if we spread to the if we leave the planet, the cancer spreads. Like, we're nothing but fucking destroyers.
Every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. we don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us 2 things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what 2 things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down below.
What would you show him? You also comment. I'd probably show him fucking water and fucking, I don't know, rocks.
But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to kill off the viruses. That's exactly what the Earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
Did you know the conspiracy theory about Finding Nemo?
I can only imagine.
Do you know the scene with the sharks where they're having like an intervention with Nemo? Fish are friends, not food.
Okay, yes.
The baby fish named Blenny underneath the shark's flipper was shaking because he was so scared of the sharks. Some people are saying that he has a fish-eating problem and an addiction, and he's suffering from withdrawal. That's why he's shaking, because there's a post-credit scene where Blenny, the fish, is swimming around in the dark and eats the light bulb fish.
The baby fish eats the big light bulb fish.
Yes, and he swims away from the sharks, and the sharks don't follow him.
Because they're fearful.
He's one of them.
This is what I think the Earth looks like when I say it's flat. A flat surface with a dome above us. This was also shown in SpongeBob Predictive Programming.
Comment down below what do you think about all this. I don't want to give out my opinion about this yet. So stay tuned.
Sandy Cheeks is the only mammal. She lives under a dome with the tree of life. Also, planes have to correspond with the Earth plane, therefore flying straight and corresponding with the ground, which is flat. The clouds also correspond with the ground, which is flat. You ever got on an airplane and you rode above the clouds and the clouds was flat? Yeah, the clouds are corresponding with the Earth plane. Also, not to mention when Kong threw this stick at the dome. So we live on flat land with a dome above us. Flat land, dome above. Oh, and also there's water outside of the firmament. Flat land, dome above us. Outside of the dome is the ocean of heaven. Above that is the heaven of heavens. Stars are water.
Jackie Chan exposes the real way that Bruce Lee died.
There was all kind of
Flat Earth. Please, comment down below. What do you think? Tell me. Convince me.
conspiracy theories. People thought the triads, the mafia, had something to do with it. It was said that his family had a curse, his father had a curse, that he passed on to Brandon. And what is your belief on how he passed away?
What's the story in the West? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know the story in the West? That there was...
How Bruce Lee died?
They said it was a couple. Yeah. They said he upset it because of his success in the film industry and taking the martial arts around the world, that he upset it, the triads, mafia organization.
No.
Okay, that wasn't true. The others said that he was fighting a curse that was...
No,
that's not true.
Not
okay.
true.
So what? So
that news in the popular. I think. In the old days, 30 years ago, because the communication not fast enough.
Yeah.
There's no internet. Nobody knows. He died in somebody's house. Yeah, that's everybody knows. He died in somebody's house. My boss go to pick him up, and then send him to the hospital. Then that's the true thing.
That's the true thing.
Of course, you can find out more. I don't want to say in detail.
Yeah.
You find out the detail yourself.
They do the dive myself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the popular in Hong Kong. Google's everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows what happened. It's whenever I travel around, Bruce Lee died by somebody murder. No. Curse. No, nothing. Just normal die in somebody's house. That's all.
Very normal. That's not normal. dying in someone's house just like that. Not even at home.
One of the most eerie ones was when Bill Gates was being questioned about it.
He's dead now.
He said he's dead now, so you have to be careful. What the fuck does that mean? Fuck does that mean? Jesus Christ. He's dead now, so I guess you have to be careful. Like, what?
And Ghislaine Maxwell came out recently and said, I don't think he killed himself.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Michael Baden, that famous autopsy doctor, the guy was from the show Autopsy, he said that out of thousands of cases of people hanging themselves that he's personally investigated, he has never seen anybody with those injuries.
That's right.
And that those injuries were of a person who was strangled.
Yes.
And that the broken bones in his neck were indicate of a ligature strangulation. The area where he was strangled was low on the neck, which is not where you get when someone's hanging by their own weight, which is higher on the neck because your body weight is dragging it down. He's like, that was someone who got strangled.
And the security cameras were magically not working.
Yeah.
This Epstein thing is crazy. Like, of course they killed him, man. I would fucking kill him. Man, I don't even have money, and I would fucking kill him, man. I would fuck.
It was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons.
That you were married to her?
And well, I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, like, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away. It was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons.
That you were married to her?
And well, I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, like, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away.
Why? I don't understand. That should be the only reason what he just said. So they can control her.
Cuando vuelva la luz, va a volver a explotar. Oye, justo hay una micro ahí, weón.
That came from above. That came from above. So that was the last video. If you made it all the way through, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I will continue upload videos no matter what. I got no life. This is gonna be my life. So subscribe, like, please share, comment, ask questions. I'll see you next time. Have a great one.